The atmosphere during BTS's Day 2 soundcheck in Baltimore became unexpectedly sweet when fans noticed a heartwarming moment between Jimin and Jungkook. As the members interacted on stage, attention suddenly shifted when Jungkook appeared to walk toward Jimin from behind, creating a moment that immediately caught the eyes of fans in the venue. What happened next quickly became one of the most talked about moments of the soundcheck. Jungkook seemingly approached Jimin without much warning before wrapping his arms around him in a warm embrace. The sudden gesture left fans visibly excited, with many reacting loudly to the unexpected interaction. The moment became even more intriguing when Jungkook appeared to give Jimin a quick kiss during the embrace. Although the interaction happened in just a brief moment, it was enough to send the crowd into a frenzy as fans tried to capture the sweet scene on their phones. Jimin's reaction also drew attention. His expression and body language appeared to show how spontaneous the interaction was, making the moment feel even more natural and playful. Rather than being a carefully anticipated highlight, it seemed to happen organically during the relaxed atmosphere of Soundcheck. Fans immediately began sharing their reactions online, describing the interaction as one of the sweetest moments from BTS's Baltimore Soundcheck. Clips and screenshots quickly became subjects of discussion as ARMY analyzed every second of Jungkook suddenly approaching Jimin from behind. The interaction also reminded fans of the playful chemistry BTS members often show with one another away from the intensity of the main performance. Soundcheck offers a more casual environment, allowing the members to interact freely, joke around, and surprise each other in ways that can create unforgettable moments for fans. For those watching from the venue, Jungkook's unexpected approach, embrace, and seemingly affectionate gesture toward Jimin became a standout memory from Day 2 in Baltimore. Was it simply a spontaneous moment between two close bandmates? Or was there more context behind what fans witnessed? Whatever the explanation, one thing was clear. The crowd certainly wasn't ready for it. One of the most unexpected moments during BTS's Day 2 soundcheck in Baltimore came when Jungkook suddenly appeared behind Jimin. While Jimin seemed focused on what was happening in front of him, Jungkook quietly made his way closer from behind, creating a moment that appeared completely unanticipated. Jimin seemed to have little time to react before Jungkook reached him. There was no obvious build-up or warning that could have prepared him for what was about to happen, which made the interaction feel even more spontaneous. For the fans watching closely, the surprise on Jimin's side only made the moment more captivating. Then, almost instantly, Jungkook closed the distance and embraced Jimin from behind. The sudden gesture transformed an ordinary soundcheck moment into something fans immediately found incredibly sweet. Because it happened so naturally and without an obvious cue, many ARMYs were left wondering what had prompted Jungkook to approach Jimin so unexpectedly. The embrace itself appeared to be one of the warmest moments of the soundcheck. When Jungkook finally reached Jimin, his sudden gesture seemed gentle and affectionate, creating a brief sense of warmth that stood out amid the excitement of the Baltimore venue. It was the kind of spontaneous interaction that immediately caught the attention of everyone watching. For a few seconds, the atmosphere seemed to soften as Jungkook held Jimin close. The embrace appeared natural rather than carefully planned, giving fans the impression of two members simply enjoying a comfortable and affectionate moment together. Jimin's reaction only seemed to make the scene feel even more endearing. What made the moment especially memorable was its spontaneity. There appeared to be no dramatic build-up or obvious cue. Yet Jungkook's unexpected embrace instantly created an emotional highlight during soundcheck. To many fans watching, the gesture seemed to carry a quiet warmth and tenderness that made the short interaction feel surprisingly special. Jimin's reaction appeared to be one of the details that made the moment even more captivating. After Jungkook suddenly embraced him, Jimin seemed briefly surprised, as if he had not expected the unexpected approach from behind. That split-second reaction made the interaction feel even more spontaneous and genuine. Moments later, Jimin appeared to relax into the playful situation, with his expression seemingly becoming softer and more amused. If anything, the sudden embrace seemed to catch him off guard in a sweet way, creating a moment that fans could not help but watch closely. His reaction added another layer of warmth to an already memorable interaction. For fans watching the soundcheck, Jimin's seemingly surprised, yet playful response became just as interesting as Jungkook's gesture itself. The contrast between Jungkook's sudden approach and Jimin's reaction created a charming little scene that felt completely unscripted. It was only a brief moment, but the expressions and body language made it feel particularly special to those who witnessed it. The reaction from the ARMY crowd appeared almost instantaneous. The moment Jungkook seemed to wrap his arms around Jimin, loud screams and cheers erupted throughout the venue. What had been a relatively relaxed soundcheck atmosphere suddenly turned into a burst of excitement as fans realized what was happening in front of them. As the interaction continued, the volume of the crowd seemed to rise even further. Fans could be heard cheering enthusiastically, while others appeared to raise their phones in an attempt to capture the unexpected moment. The energy in the venue made the brief interaction feel much bigger, turning a simple soundcheck exchange into one of the moments everyone wanted to remember. For many ARMYs, the combination of Jungkook's unexpected approach, the warm embrace, and Jimin's seemingly surprised reaction was enough to create an unforgettable scene. The screaming and laughter from the audience reflected just how quickly the atmosphere changed. Even after the moment passed, the excitement appeared to linger as fans continued reacting to what they had just witnessed. What made the moment feel especially personal was the relaxed atmosphere of the soundcheck. Unlike the main concert, where every movement can be part of a carefully prepared performance, soundcheck often creates a more casual environment. Jungkook's seemingly spontaneous approach toward Jimin therefore appeared to feel less like a staged highlight and more like a natural interaction between the members. There was something particularly intimate about the simplicity of the moment. Without the intensity of the main choreography, dramatic lighting, or a large-scale performance sequence taking center stage, the focus briefly shifted entirely toward the two members. Jungkook's unexpected embrace and Jimin's seemingly surprised reaction made the interaction feel warm, playful, and unusually close from the perspective of the fans watching. For ARMY, that is perhaps what made the scene so memorable. It was not necessarily about a complicated dance move or a major performance moment, but about a small interaction that appeared to happen naturally during a more relaxed part of the concert experience. In just a few seconds, the soundcheck atmosphere seemed to turn into a quietly affectionate moment that fans could not stop talking about. And yet, the brief interaction leaves fans with one question that may be impossible to answer. From a few seconds of footage, Jungkook's sudden approach, the seemingly warm embrace, and Jimin's reaction created a moment that felt different from an ordinary soundcheck exchange. Was it simply a playful gesture between two members enjoying a relaxed moment together? Perhaps the answer is much simpler than fans imagine. It could have been nothing more than a spontaneous expression of affection and friendship between two longtime bandmates. But because it happened so unexpectedly, without the obvious structure of a main stage choreography, the moment naturally invited fans to look closer and wonder about the meaning behind it. So what really made the moment feel so special? Was it simply a playful moment between two members? Or was there something about the spontaneity of it that made it feel especially special? Whatever fans believe, the interaction has certainly given ARMY another unforgettable moment to replay, discuss, and interpret in their own way.